Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. And if you've been following along on this channel, I would bet that you are someone that loves to learn, or at least likes to get better at what they do. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how you can really accelerate your progress to be ahead of anyone else that's in your field. And we want to talk about the concept of the topic of lifelong learning, but also accelerated learning in your field, whatever that may be for you. Now, if you're following along with this channel, we really speak to people that want to be amazing trainers, amazing educators, amazing facilitators, or even entrepreneurs that want to run fantastic workshops. Now, the thing is, though, if you are someone that wants to stand out in your industry, there's certain things that you probably need to think about in terms of your own growth and development. Now, just reflecting on myself personally, I would have to say that when I was getting into the field of training, I was no better than other people. I was no better than other people, but I just approached learning, so to speak, a little bit differently to everybody else. And because of the principles I'm about to go through, I was able to become a manager at my first role in my first company. I was able to become a trainer of the trainers. I was able to become a lead trainer. I was always able to go to the cream of the crop very quickly and step into a leadership role. And I would just put that down to how I think about learning and how I think about my career progression and my own growth there. So in today's video, I want to talk about 7 ways that you can actually accelerate your own growth in your career if you want to level up, so to speak, or take your influence to another level. So first one I really want to make you aware of is decide. Make a decision that you want to be a beyond average, that you want to be a cut above the rest, and you are not going to tolerate mediocrity for yourself in your own career. And when you actually make that decision, everything shifts and changes, and you start to enter the world differently, and particularly enter your industry differently. All right. Everyone talks about being an influencer or being a well-known person on YouTube, or whatever it may be. But it all first comes back to making a decision. All right. So number one, decide. Next thing, be coachable. Be coachable. You see, the thing is, folks, any area that you are resisting feedback or resisting instruction or resisting coaching around is probably an area that you are not progressing in very much at all. And for me, my definition of coachability is my mentor tells me to do something. They've got a list of 10 things, and it's my willingness to go off and follow that recipe of 10 things and how quickly I am willing to implement whatever I'm told. Now, if you are someone that's highly coachable, then highly likely in that area that you are highly coachable, you are probably doing quite well. Now, I've had a number of mentors in my life, wealth mentors, public speaking mentors, all these different areas that I can think of in my life, like learning Japanese. For me, I've just made a commitment to be coachable and to speak to a mentor. And if they tell me to do something, do it. That's it, right? But other areas of my life where I've been less coachable, I've seen less results, right? So if you want to excel in your career or excel in your endeavor or even excel at public speaking, presenting, and you follow along with this channel, be coachable. That means that if you watch a video of someone other than me or even me, you hear something you like, go off, use it, try it, see what happens, right? Be coachable, be a sponge, be the learner that takes it all in. Next one. Mindset, curiosity and humility. Curiosity and humility. Curiosity is the idea and the belief that there is always more to learn. There's always more to learn, right? And humility is the idea that nobody knows everything. And staying in that place of, what don't I know? What's out there that could really make a huge change to what I do and how I do it, right? And avoiding the arrogance trap, because as soon as we become arrogant, then we fall into complacency. All right. So if you want to grow, stay curious and stay humble. Now, next one, the secret secret. What I mean by that is find your mentor's mentor. All right. And this is something I've really aimed to follow along very early in my career. I was always thinking about, all right, who's my next mentor? And then asking that mentor after spending some time with them, so who have you learned from? And what books have you read that have made an impact on you? Or what seminars have you been to? So every time I've engaged a mentor or a trainer or a new influence in my life, I've learned from them. And every time they mentioned a book or a seminar, I wrote that down. Then I went off to that thing. Then when I was at the seminar, when they mentioned something, I wrote that down. Then I went to that thing, then that thing, then that thing. And it became like breadcrumbs along the way. So for me, it was all about who's my mentor's mentor? And then who's their mentor? Then their mentor. And it's a constant obsession to chasing the gold down the road, so to speak, right? And the golden knowledge that's going to make all the difference there, right? So chase your mentor's mentor is an amazing philosophy to have behind you. Next one, always be willing to ask for help, all right? Now, this is something that I just took on very early on in my career, and I've got no shame. I really have no shame. And I encourage you to have no shame either about asking for help, right? So I am willing to put up my hand and ask anyone that I think may be able to give me some knowledge that I may need. And, definitely it's going to be within certain context, but I am more than willing to ask for help. I'm more than willing to go on LinkedIn and ask for help to anyone I connect with. I want to give them value, but I also want to get value from them, ask questions, and be the person that's willing to ask for help in whatever context or scenario that means for you there, right? So I have got zero shame around asking for help. Next one, feedback. Make feedback your competitive advantage. A lot of people resist feedback and they go, oh, I don't like it. Well, if you shift your mindset to go, maybe I'm going to be the person that actually looks at it, takes it on, and then uses it to accelerate my growth as opposed to running from it. All right. So think about feedback as your competitive advantage that actually makes you better than everyone else. Now, the last one I'll just touch on is journaling your progress. All right. Now, highly recommend that you don't write paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, but more so just a couple of sentences. And even just a couple of sentences can make all of the difference. So, for example, after you deliver a presentation, write down, what are you really happy about with what you just did? Maybe it was a great slide, maybe it was a great wording, maybe it was a great something. And then write down, what's one thing that you would change if you ever did that presentation again? Now, even just considering that and even just writing that down puts you far above the rest who just show up and throw up and don't care. All right. So just having conscious awareness around your own progress, again, makes you stand out because most people these days don't think, won't think, can't think. Thinking is too hard, right? So let's recap. What have we got here, folks? We've got decide that you are going to commit to your own personal lifelong learning. Next, be coachable. Be willing to follow instructions of other people that have been there and walked the journey. Next one, be curious. Be humble. Know that you don't know everything and there's always more to learn. Find your mentor's mentor. Next, be willing to ask for help in any way, shape, or form and go up to people. Provide value and ask for help. Provide value, ask for help. Next one, feedback is your competitive advantage and seek it out. Whether you agree with everything that comes back or not, that's up to you. But also, final point, be conscious of your own progress by journaling it and make it only 1 or 2 sentences out. Hopefully you got some value from the video here, folks. As always, like, comment, share. And this video is all about how you can really excel in your industry, whether you are in the training field or any other industry. It's all about how do you become a lifelong learner and go 5 or 10 steps faster than someone else, maybe that's in your industry, and really get ahead and be willing to grow, but grow strategically. Thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one.